Hello everyone, welcome back for the probability chapter, exercise 15.1. As we completed around 16 questions, so we should go for the 17th one. Okay, so what the question says, let us see. A lot of 20 bulbs contain 4 defective ones. One bulb is drawn at a random from the lot. Okay, there are 20 bulbs and that 4 are defective ones and one bulb is drawn at a random from the lot. Okay, and they're asking about that only, probability of that one bulb only. Okay, what is the probability that this bulb is defective? Okay, let us do this example and we'll go for the next question. Okay, second under that only. So what the first given part says, total number of bulbs are how many? Total number of bulbs are 20. Okay, in this 20 bulbs 4 are defective. So how many are good here now? 16 bulbs. 4 are defective bulbs and 16 are good bulbs. Okay, clear with this the given part? One bulb is drawn at a random from the lot, means one bulb we are going to remove from the lot. So what is the probability of the defective pen they are asking? So when one bulb is taken out of that lot, what is the probability they are asking? So probability of an event, we know the formula, number of favorable outcomes to the total number of outcome. So now probability of defective bulbs, so means defective bulbs, so one bulb is taken out. Okay, clear with this? Now number of favorable outcomes means for the defective bulb, how many are there? Defective bulbs 4 are there, so number of favorable outcomes are 4 here. Total number of outcomes means 20 are there. Okay, so 20 here, we can cancel this, 4 1 ja 4 5 ja, so 1 by 5. The probability of defective bulb is 1 by 5. Okay, so this is about the first question. We will go for the second question. See, however we find the probability of defective bulb, that means one bulb is taken out, so how many bulbs are remaining now? So now total number of bulbs are how many? 19 there. Total number of bulbs are 19. Okay, now second question says what? Let us see. Suppose the bulb drawn in first question, is not defective and is not replaced, means whatever bulb was taken in the first question is not defective, means it is a good one, that means it is a good bulb as taken out. Okay, so good bulb were how many? 16. Out of 16 bulb, one is taken out, means how many remains now? 15 bulbs are good now. 15 bulbs are good, but the defective are how many? Still 4 are defective bulbs. Okay, this is the question. Okay, now I'll repeat. Now one bulb is drawn at a random from the rest. Okay, one bulb is removed or drawn random from the rest. What is the probability that this bulb is not a defective? They're asking that probability of not defective bulb. So same probability of an event, probability is equal to number of favorable outcomes to the total number of favorable outcomes. So probability of not defective bulb is equal to, so number of favorable outcomes are how many? Number of favorable outcomes, so shall I write the formula here? Okay, number of favorable outcome to the total number of outcomes. Okay, so number of favorable outcomes are how many? Of not defective means good bulb, how many are there? 15 comes here. So total number of outcomes are how many? 19. So 15 divided by 19 is the answer. I hope you understood this. This is about the 17th question. Okay. Let us solve now 18th question. Okay, a box contain 90 discs. Okay, there are 90 discs which are numbered from 1 to 90. On that they are numbered from 1 to 90. If one disc is drawn at a random from the box, find the probability that it bears a 2-digit number. First question is on 2-digit number, second question is on a perfect square number, and third question is a number divisible by 5. See, a 2-digit number means it starts from 10 to 90. Okay, and a perfect square means only perfect square we should write, like 1, 4, 9, 16. And a number divisible by 5 means the multiples of 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. This is about the question. So let us write the given part. Okay, easy example it is. Let us do this. Okay, so given part. A box contains 90 discs. Okay, 90 discs, now which are numbered from 1 to 90. So they are numbered from 1 to 90. They're numbered from 1 to 90. Now what the first question says? First question says that one disc is taken out from the box. Find the probability that it bears 2-digit number. It bears 2-digit numbers. So boys and girls, from this 1 to 90, how many 2-digit numbers are there? Let us see. Let's roughly I will write it here. Okay, I will not write all 90 numbers, just I will write up to some extent. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and goes on up to 90. See, can you see this? Up to 9 we have 1-digit number, but later part we have 2-digit number. Means out of 90, 9 are 1 digit. Okay, out of 90, 9 are 1 digit, means 81. So 2-digit numbers. So 2-digit numbers are 81 here. Okay, and total numbers are how many? Total numbers are 90. Okay, now the question is about find the probability. Okay, let us write the formula first. Probability of an event is equal to number of favorable outcome to the total number of outcomes. So the probability of first question, a 2-digit number. First question about a 2-digit number. Okay, so number of favorable outcomes means how many 2-digit numbers are there? 81. So 81. And total number of outcomes means total number of numbers are how many? 90. We can cancel this. 9 9 ja 81, 9 10 ja, so which will be equal to 9 divided by 10. Okay, this is about the first question. Let us do the second one. Second question, a perfect square they are asking. A perfect square. Okay, perfect square you know, however, 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81. These are the perfect square between 1 to 90. Yes or no? Between 1 to 90, these are the perfect square. So let us count this. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 perfect square are there. Okay, perfect square are how many? 9 are there. So why I did up to here? Because they are asked only up to 9. There are only 90 discs, no? So between 90 discs only we should find it. So there are 9 perfect square. So the question is, they are asking about probability of a perfect square. Probability of perfect square is equal to same formula, number of favorable outcomes to the total number of outcomes. Okay, number of favorable outcomes to total number of outcomes. What will be the number of favorable outcomes? 9 are there. Number of favorable outcomes are how many? 9. So total number of outcomes are how many? 90. Total 90 are there, no? So 90. 9 1 ja 9 10 ja, so 1 divided by 10 is the solution. Understood everyone? Okay, we'll go for the next question. We'll go for the next one. Okay, now a number divisible by 5, third one it is a number divisible by 5. See, divisible by 5 means they are the multiples of 5. So up to 90 how many numbers comes, let us see. I will write roughly. Okay, 5 10 15 20 25 30 35 40 45 50 55 60 65 70 75, okay, 75, and then 80 85 90. Okay, so these are the numbers which are divisible by 5. Count this, how many are there? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18. So how many numbers are divisible by 5? Number divisible by 5 are 18 numbers. Out of this 90, total number of outcomes are how many? Total number of outcomes are 90. Out of 90, 18 are divisible by 5. So they're asking the probability of number divisible by 5 is equal to same formula, number of available outcomes to total number of outcomes. So number of available outcomes are how many? 18. So total number of outcomes are how many? 90. Okay, so 18 divided by 90. You can cancel this 18 table, whether it goes or not, check it. Yes, it goes now. 18 1 ja 18 5 ja. So 1 divided by 5 is the probability of number of divisible by 5. Okay, this is about the 18th question. So let us go for the next one, that is 19th one. Okay, simple examples, just you should concentrate, read the question properly and you should solve it. Okay, now next question says what? Let us see. A child has a die whose 6 faces shows the letter as given below, A B C D E and once again A. See, there are 2 A's are there, other than 2A all are only one time. Okay, A B C D E A. Okay, now the die is thrown once. What is the probability of getting A, they are asking. Okay, very simple example. Let us write the given part. There is a die. Okay, 6 faces are how many? What are the 6 faces? A B C D E and then A. So these are the 6 faces on that. Now they are asking about the probability of an A. So we'll write the formula. For every question we should write the formula. Okay, for main question especially. Number of favorable outcomes to the total number of outcomes. So probability of A. So the first question is about the probability of A. The probability of A means how many A we have in this? 2 we have. Yes or no? So 2 is the probability of A. So total number of outcomes, how many? 1 2 3 4 5 6 are there. So 6. So 2 divided by 6. Cancel this. 1 divided by 3. The probability of A is equal to 1 divided by 3. Why we took A? Because why we took as a 2? Because we have 2 A's. So because of that we are writing number of outcomes of A as 2. Total number of outcomes as 6. So 2 1 ja 2 3 ja. Next question, what they are saying? Probability of D. First question. Next question is about D. Probability of D they are asking. Simple. Probability of D. How many D's are here? Only 1. So 1 we will write. Number of outcomes of D are how many? 1 only. So total number of outcomes are how many? 6. So this is about the 19th question. 1 by 6. Clear with this? I hope you understood this question. Very simple example. Okay, so let us go for the next one. 20th example. Suppose you drop a die at random on the rectangular region shown in the figure 15.6. What is the probability that will land inside the circle with a diameter 1 meter? Okay, simple example. This is the figure 15.6 consisting of rectangle and a circle. Okay, when we roll a die, what is the probability of particular die landing inside the circle they are asking. Okay, I will repeat it once again. When we roll a die, what is the probability of landing a die inside this circle the question is asking? Okay, they are asking the question. Okay, now they given the dimension of the rectangle and a circle. Okay, so let us write the given part first. Okay, length of the rectangle is 3 meter, breadth of the rectangle is 2 meter, and diameter of the circle is 1 meter. Let me draw the diagram. So this is the diagram: 3 meter, 2 meter, and this is 1 meter. Okay, so it is like a total area of a rectangle, yes or no? So it is total. I will find the total area of a rectangle first. Length into breadth is the formula. Okay, so what is length here? 3 meter, and breadth is 2 meter, so it will be 6 meter square. Okay, now we will find the area of a circle. Area of a circle is equal to pi r square. Pi as it is will keep. R square means radius of a circle, but they gave diameter of the circle, so let me make it as a radius divided by 2, which is equals to 1 divided by 2 meter. Okay, so 1 by 2 whole square. So 1 by 2 whole square means pi into 1 square by 2 square, which will be equal to pi into 1 divided by 4. So pi divided by 4 is the area of a circle. Okay, this is about the area of a circle. Now the question is that what is the probability of a die landing inside the circle? Let me write the formula first. Number of favorable outcome to the total number of outcomes. Okay, so the probability of a die land inside the circle is equals to what it comes. Let us see. Number of favorable outcome means area of a circle here. Well, because when we roll a die, it should be landing inside the circle. So chances of landing inside the circle is only this much. Okay, only this much. No, this die, the probability of landing a die inside the circle is this much. So area of the circle is equal to what? Pi divided by 4. Okay, this is pi divided by 4. Now total number of outcome means what? Total area of a rectangle. Out of this much area, the die should be land inside the circle only. Okay, that is only possible outcome of the die. Okay, now total number of outcomes. Total number of outcome is a rectangle. Total area of rectangle. Under this entire area, when I roll a die, it should fall inside this rectangle, inside this circle. So number of outcome is pi by 4, and total number of area of rectangle is 6 meter. That is nothing but a 6. So when I reciprocal this, pi by 4 into 1 divided by 6, which is equals to pi divided by 24. Okay, this is about the 20th question. Moving to the next question. 21st one. A lot consists of 144 ball pens, of which 20 are defective and the other are good. Nuri will buy a pen if it is good, but will not buy if it is defective. The shopkeeper draws one pen at a random and gives it to her. What is the probability that she will buy it? And second question is she will not buy it. Okay, this question is same as of a 17th question. Okay, regarding the bulb what we discussed it, but little slightly there is a change in the second question. Okay, so let us discuss this. Fine, let us write the given part. Okay, A lot consists of how many bulb? A lot consists of 144 bulbs. Sorry, pens. Sorry, a lot consists of 144 pens, and out of this 144, there are 20 pens are defective. 20 pens are defective. Okay, so that means good pens are how many? 124. Therefore, good pens are 124. Okay, good pens are 124. Okay, now their first question, what they're saying, find the probability of Nuri buys the pen. Okay, so first question, she will buy it. Okay, see, Nuri buys only when they are good. Okay, only when they are good. So what the shopkeeper does, she just blindly pick a pen from a box and she gives to the Nuri, but Nuri will check it. If it is good, then only she will buy it. Okay, so what is the probability that she will buy it? The probability that she will buy it. Now we have the formula, probability of an event is equals to number of favorable outcome comes to the total number of outcomes. Okay, this is the formula what we know. So now good pens are how many? 124. So the probability of Nuri buys a pen is equals to number of favorable outcomes are how many? 124. So total number of outcomes are how many? 144. So this is the probability of Nuri buys a pen. So we can cancel this. 4 3 ja 12, 4 1 ja 4, 4 3 ja 12, 2 remains, 4 6 ja 24. So 31 divided by 36 is the probability of Nuri buying a pen. Now we'll go for the second question. She will not buy it. She will not buy it. This is the second question. Okay, now here what we will use the relation between the probability of an event plus probability of not an event is equal to 1. Why we are using this relation here? Because the total number of pens will remain same here. 144 pens only remains. There is no any pens are withdrawn for the second question. But in the 17th question in case of bulb, the total number of bulbs are 19 over there. So because of that we not use this relation. Okay, here 20 bulbs were there, total number of bulbs were how many? 20, and later part after removing one bulb which was not defective, so there were 19 bulbs were remaining. Because of that the denominator changes here, it is 19 here and it is 20 here. So because of that we not use the relation of probability of an event plus probability of not an event is equal to 1. You got my point? I hope everyone understood this one. Okay, why we are using this relation here and why we not use this relation in that question. Okay, clear with this? Chalo, we'll go for the continuation. Now probability of an event, what we got probability of an event? 31 by 36. So 31 by 36 is the probability of an event of buying a pen, and probability of not an event means probability of not buying a pen is equal to 1. So the probability of not buying a pen is equal to 1 minus 31 divided by 36. So what will be the LCM here? 36 is the LCM. So 36 1 is 36 minus 31. So probability of not an event is equal to 5 divided by 36. Clear with this? I hope everyone understood this question. Probability of not an event is equals to 5 divided by 36. This is about the 21st question. Okay, thank you.